In the battle of man versus nature, Irma is proving she's a force to be reckoned with. These stunning images showing the hurricane's incredible power. Whoa! Storm chasers push back as they try to measure wind speeds. A tourist taking a picture in the Florida Keys knocked over by the sea. The devastation it left from one end of Florida to the other is just coming to light. And as Irma continues its relentless march north, in Jacksonville, a flash flood emergency. Water rescues along the swollen St. Johns River. The city's mayor with this advice to residents who didn't flee.
I would remind folks to put a white flag or something that represents a white flag if we need to get you out.
Near Orlando, Orange County Fire and Rescue pulling residents and a scared puppy out of a flood zone. And this morning in the Florida Keys, where the hurricane first made landfall in the U.S., our first look at the damage. Boats grounded, cars under sand, homes destroyed.
My heart goes out to the people in the Keys. I mean, there's devastation.
It's a tree down right there, wow.
Last night, my colleague Amy Robach set off to try to see the damage for herself.
It's 3:45, we are on the road, we are trying to get to the Florida Keys.
But like its many residents trying to return home, she was stopped by roadblocks.
We just talked to the police officers. They said that this road into the Keys is not going to be open for a long time.
No residents are going to be allowed in at the present time, and they do not anticipate a time frame of when their residents are going to be allowed in.
I want to go home, and there's no right for them to make me leave and then now not let me go home.
They said it could be hours, it could be days, it could be weeks, up to a month.
But just hours ago, Amy was able to survey the damage from the air.
So much water. We've seen boats thrown upside down, roofs ripped off, and entire trailers or mobile homes demolished. Looking down at some of these mobile home parks in Marathon, it just looks like a debris field. Some of them, they are just completely destroyed.
Down power lines, the beach spilling into the roadway, debris everywhere. It is going to be months and months before the community of Marathon gets back up and running.
ABC's Matt Gutman traveled to Marco Island on Florida's west coast, where the hurricane made its second strike, unleashing its fury with wind gusts of 130 miles per hour.
Get back, get back!
Officials estimate that 5,000 hunkered down, waking up to mangled trees and no power.
We have no electric, we have no water on the island, so we're encouraging people, if you don't have to come back right now, don't.
Rescuers making their first post-storm rounds earlier today.
Whoa, what is that?
That's the ceiling.
It seems to have shredded the insulation.
The insulation, yeah, it got wet, I guess, and they all came apart.
Mark Belfer fled the Keys to Marco Island for safety.
Oh, man. Did you get out of the way?
Not at all. We ended up right dead center.
Tonight, an estimated 13 million people across Florida without power as utility crews working 24/7 to get the state up and running again. These satellite images showing South Florida before and after Irma hit. The once brightly lit cities dimmed by power outages and storm clouds.
That's not good. That's not good.
Trees collapsing, power lines snapping.
Look at that power pole. It's split into two pieces. There are power lines all across the road. Now, we're not sure if those are live wires, but we do know this. Police aren't taking any chances. They've set up a roadblock to make sure no one drives over those lines.
Last night was horrible.
Here in Fort Myers, the Fulbright family lost power. They're now relying on this generator to keep the refrigerator running for now.
I don't see the power coming on anytime soon with all the flooding.
So it's nighttime now, and in certain parts of Florida, it is very dark because there's no power. We saw some people hanging outside the front of their house, so we're going to go talk to them now. Dave, how are you guys? So you guys no power?
Dave and Margie in Fort Myers now without power since yesterday afternoon.
They got the tub filled up here because the water in this area of Fort Myers is not working anymore.
Over the weekend, the monster storm roared ashore as a Category 4 hurricane, spanning 400 miles across, engulfing Florida from coast to coast. The state drenched with stinging rains and storm surges of up to 6 feet in places. striking cities like Naples with wind gusts up to 143 miles per hour.
These winds are unbelievable. The trees that are down, the debris that is flying.
Look at this. This is just incredible.
It feels like you're being blasted with the fire hose.
We're feeling the brunt of Hurricane Irma right now. It is relentless.
Miami battered and soaked. Trees uprooted.
Just pulled straight out of the ground here.
This is a street. This is not a river, but it looks like it.
2 massive cranes collapsing here amid luxury developments. Another in nearby Fort Lauderdale. Luckily, there were no injuries. Now, Irma has been downgraded to a tropical depression, but as it moves further inland to Atlanta, much of the deep south remains at risk of flooding. Another threat, tornadoes. Earlier today, a watch in effect from Savannah to Charleston. So far, Irma has claimed 10 lives in the U.S. and 37 in the Caribbean, and forced more than 6 million Floridians to evacuate and more than 200,000 people into shelters across multiple states. Although damage to Florida wasn't as bad as some feared, Irma is already a storm for the history books, spending a record-breaking 3 days as a Category 5 hurricane. With sustained wind speeds of up to 185 miles per hour out at sea, making it one of the most powerful hurricanes ever recorded over open water. Coming on the heels of Harvey, it's the first time 2 Category 4 hurricanes have hit the U.S. in a single season, and it's still the peak of the hurricane season. The prevailing hope here is that Mother Nature will spare this region another shattering blow. For Nightline, I'm Tom Llamas in Fort Myers, Florida.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.